Again, another example for a global presence of Omid Foundation is that RITIS is an institution that helps trauma patients, and they're based in California, in Davis, University of Davis, California. They invited Omid Foundation to participate in their organizational development. Several of Omid staff attended a week training last year in January to learn how to deal with trauma patients or trauma clients, which all Omid's young women are trauma, have a trauma background? Trauma training. So the cutting edge training that Omid Foundation received and provide for their staff, benefiting the young Iranian women who are participating in the program. In fact, we use 86% of our of the girls are successful. I am very proud to say that the past two graduating class, 53 students, I can consider 100% of them were successful. If you look at this chart, the top two categories are graduate are now employed in graphic design, and 12 of them out of 53 enrolled in university. The poster that we have outside of one of our young women, now she's studying, correct me wrong, if I'm wrong, nuclear physics. And in this list, you can see that we have 3 of our Afghani girl who went back to Afghanistan. I still consider that a success, because when they go back, they can take the training and their self-empowerment with them. And one of the young women got married, and still she can become a very good mother and train her daughter or son. So as you can see, Omid is not using a cookie cutter approach to ask, as Farzan Nejad would say, that all of you have to go to university, all of you have to do to become this or that. The diversity of the job and career that they selected, it's based on their interest. And what Omid does is, instead of, in the United States there is a good saying that instead of giving giving our girls fish, we teach them how to do fishing. So this chart is showing the success of the program. This project, I am so proud of Omid Foundation and Marjane Halati, and that's why I wanted to share with you. One of our young women who was extremely dear to us and was extremely successful, after got married, had difficulty to dealing with the issues that had in the past, or the new family she got married and went to a life with a stigma. She could not manage her life, and finally she committed suicide. Last year we heard that news, and because we knew her, and it was very difficult for the entire foundation to hear that news. But instead of not doing anything about it, Marjane thought that the girl in the center are sheltered by attending 3 years in a program, and they think that the society is like that. It's not. So what happened was that an award-winning Dutch filmmaker, came to Iran in September, spent 1 week with the girls in Charlouse, which they received a house in Charlouse. Through film, dance, and theater, they learn how to survive in a harsh society that we have. And their program was that finally they had to come up with a symbol of their room and a symbol for their hope in order to learn how to survive after leaving Omid Foundation. To end my talk, I thought that who else can tell you about the way the life of these young women transformed better than reading from a diary of one of our girls. Quickly, if I can read it, the first 3 slides, it's about the life of before Omid Foundation. 6 a.m. Do I have time to read this? There's page 6 of these. Quickly. I know everybody interested, right? 6 a.m. Wake up freezing cold. I have been sleeping rough for 2 months now, and the weather has turned cold. I don't ever seem to be able to get warm. Try at 8 a.m. Try and find some food from the bins outside of local restaurant. My stomach growling with hunger. 9 a.m. I walk to the spot where I have been begging every day for the last few weeks. So she was a beggar. 12:30 p.m. I miss my mom and brother. Until my dad died, we were all happy, and then my stepfather came along and it all went wrong. I'm really lonely, and days go by without me talking to anyone. 3 p.m. I get too cold sitting on the street, and 5 p.m. I haven't had anything to eat since this morning. 6 p.m. I go back to where I sleep and see a guy who hang out there. He's offering me drugs. 9 p.m. I lie down and try and get some sleep. I never get quiet or dark on the street, so I don't ever sleep particularly well. 10 p.m. Still not asleep, and I cannot stop crying. Of course, somebody living on the street. This is pages of her diary after being at Omid. I wake up at 6 a.m. I wake up in the shelter. Omid provides for the girls who have nowhere to live. 8 a.m. I arrive at the center in time for first class of the day. It is IT. 9 a.m. next, I have a class in accounting. 12 p.m. finally it is lunchtime. 3 p.m. we have drama therapy this afternoon. I know I need to talk about what happened to me with my stepfather, but I find it too painful. Acting bits of it in drama therapy is easier and really helps. 5 p.m. I head out to see my brother with the help of the center. I have tracked my brother and mother down, and we have started to try and work things out. 6 p.m. I cook my own dinner. 8 p.m. I pack my bag ready to go on a trip. 10 p.m. my favorite part of the day is getting into bed and putting my head on the pillow. I never take what I have now for granted, because I know with Omid I would still be out on the street with no hope. Thank you for listening.
Very much. Well, I think there isn't very much one can say. Thank you all. I'm trying not to forget what I was planning to say. I would like to thank a person, actually a man from the community, who stepped forward, and when he heard we wanted to do this program, and said, oh, I want to support this, I want to make it happen. Fred Farche, I don't know if Fred's here because he was traveling. I don't know if he was able to make it. So even though he's not here, please give him a round of applause. So he supported this program, and hopefully we will have many more of this, and we still have things to happen, so don't get ready to go home. But we decided to move the introduction of that the students were going to do to a website they created about entrepreneurship and philanthropy to after food, so that you can step out and stretch your legs and have some things, some refreshment. When you come back, we have music from young girls from our own community under the instruction of Maestro Ahmad Borhani. I don't know if he's here or not. I saw some friends coming. Oh, okay, he's here, he's outside. So it's wonderful, the work they're doing. We will have the students, and then we will have Jessica Kenny, who's here, the award-winning American artist who's been reviving Persian singing in the community here, and we were going to do a, let's please let people see you. She performed for His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, when we had the program, so she's here especially for Women's Day. Thank you so much. So please feel free to go out and get something to eat and come back here after maybe half an hour or so we can get started. Thank you.